Bienvenidos, estudiantes, a este nuevo curso de Inglés 2 de la Universidad Abierta de Estudios Especializados comprometidos con la excelencia. Mi nombre es Daira Consuegro Huertas y les voy a presentar la unidad del curso. Welcome. I am very pleased to welcome you with your delivery that we will achieve the goals we have set for ourselves. You are a fundamental part of us. If you want to succeed, don't just stare at the ladder. Start climbing step by step until you reach the top. Never consider study as an obligation, but as an opportunity to penetrate the beautiful and wonderful world of knowledge. Here we have the dosification and organization of the subject. Dosificación y organización de la asignatura. We have three different modules. The first one is about grammar and syntax, which lasts 1 week, 12 hours, and in a total amount of 12 hours. The second one is about vocabulary expansion and idiomatic expressions, which lasts 1 week for 12 hours, and the total amount of work is 12 hours. And the third week is the real-life conversations in typical situations that last 2 weeks, which is 12 hours and a total amount of 48 hours. Okay. See. The evaluation is going to be delivered in this way. We have different aspects. The first one is autovaloración, 5%. Valoración actitudinal, 5%. Unit 1, 25%. Unit 2, 25%. Unit 3, 25%. And the final test, 15%, which makes a total of 100%. In here, you see an example of the formulario of autovaloración, in which you are going to check if you are satisfied or not satisfied with the way you deliver or you got the subject. Okay, here we have the way in which I'm going to give you the average according to your participation and according to the way you have delivered the assignments. What are the instructions for this course? Well, the first one is you are going to find a comfortable place with sufficient light and no distractions. Turn off the TV and your phone if necessary. Remember to perform a self-confidence exercise, repeating twice. I can, I am able, I am enough. Read the objectives carefully. They will help you understand why you are supposed to learn. Don't skip ahead. Complete the task in the established order and don't move on to another task until you have finished the previous one. Participate in the Zoom video conference sessions and you will find the links on the virtual platform. If you develop all these steps, you will be able to have a good grade. In the first module, as you see, is 25%. I already mentioned that you're going to study grammar and syntax. What is the general objective? In this syntax class, you're going to acquire intermediate English grammatical structures, showcasing mastery in constructing sentences and comprehending the associated syntactic rules. The specific objectives are analyze intermediate English grammatical structures to gain a deeper understanding of sentence construction. You are going to examine the syntactic rules associated with intermediate grammatical structures to improve comprehension. And finally, you are going to apply master grammatical skills to communicate with clarity and effectiveness in various intermediate linguistic contexts. The readings, you're going to have reading number 1, which is grammar and syntax mastery. You're going to have 2 videos. One is about the present continuous tense and the other one is about the present perfect tense. You are going to have complementary readings, which are the verb tenses. The activity that you have for this module is write a 100-word paragraph or a story that includes at least 5 progressive tenses and 5 perfect tenses. This is 80%, and the 7% is the activity number 2, which is a test related to the explanation that you will have about the module and also what you have about the reading. The activities according to the calendar are these: leer lecturas, ver videos y terminar las actividades, y el parcial de la unidad 1 una vez haya pasado la clase de la unidad 1 en la semana 1. Module number 2, which is 25% too, is about vocabulary expansion and idiomatic expressions. In here, the general objective is to expand vocabulary and promote the effective integration of idiomatic expressions in the English language. The specific objectives are: number 1, explore various idiomatic expressions to understand their usage, nuances, and cultural connotations. Then you are going to examine the impact of expanded vocabulary and idiomatic expressions on effective communication, exploring how these linguistic elements contribute to clarity, expression, and cultural sensitivity in both personal and professional interactions. And you are also going to integrate a diverse range of vocabulary and idiomatic expressions into written and spoken communication. You are going to have for this module 1 reading about idioms. Then you're going to watch video number 1 about popular English idioms and expressions, and video number 2 about 15 common English idioms. In the complementary reading, you're going to have other idioms from pages 70 to 75. How I'm going to grade this activity? Well, you're going to find out the meaning of the saying, "That's the last straw." Prepare a 1-minute video telling a reading or a story that illustrate this idiom. Mention the idiom at the end of your story. Begin your video like this: "Hello, my name is Daira." And then you are going to develop the video. You have to dress appropriately. No hats or dark glasses, please. Sit or stand facing the light. Upload your video to the virtual platform. This is 7% of your grade. And then you will also have the activity number 2, which is the test. In the activities we have leer las lecturas, ver videos y terminar las actividades, y el parcial de la unidad 2 al terminar la unidad 2. In module number 3, we have a 13% average, which is real-life conversations in typical situations. You are going, as a general objective, going to increase English fluency through conversations based on real-life situations. In the specific objectives, you are going to evaluate authentic conversational situations to identify key vocabulary, idiomatic expressions, and grammatical structures. You are going to identify vocabulary, idiomatic expressions, and grammatical structures in real-life conversations, focusing on how these linguistic elements contribute to fluency and naturalness. And also, you are going to apply the acquired knowledge by engaging in conversations based on real-life situations. For this module, you're going to have the lectura número 1 or reading number 1, real-life conversations in typical situations, 2 videos, video number 1 and 2. Number 1 is learn how to introduce yourself in English, and number 2, talking about likes and dislikes in English. Complementary reading, you are going to have expressing likes and dislikes. For this activity, you have to prepare a voice recording introducing yourself and talking about things or activities you like or dislike. Use these 2 expressions. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you. Your voice recording should last between 45 and 60 seconds. Speak slowly and pronounce your words carefully. Make sure your background is not noisy. Do not add music to the recording. No música en la grabación del video. This will have an average of 18%. And then at the end, you will have an activity, number 2, which is 7%, and then the final exam. These activities are exposed in the calendar in week 3 and week 4. The first week, third week, you have leer las lecturas, de ver de videos y terminar las actividades y parcial de la unidad 3. En week 4, después de haber estudiado todo el material sugerido por el profesor, realizar el examen final, que contiene todos los elementos de la unidad 1, 2 y 3. Thank you very much. I hope that you have a great time learning English. Bye-bye. Finish.